good to have everyone over here. Thank you for being here. We will just enjoy training today. As you can see, there's not big numbers, but we can imagine everything's kind of getting back to normal again. I will be back to normal from Monday, because on Monday I'm starting my normal schedule again. This doesn't mean KRT stops. We've said this before, but we will reduce the sessions for as long as we can. We will keep going on with sessions and all, but to be fair, maybe I'm not going to be there every time, and then we just want to ask you guys if you guys would like to be interested in what trainings you'd like to be interested in. Please let us know on the KRT email, so we can organize sessions on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays in the normal time again. If everybody's back to normal, we will keep on with the Super Saturdays for at least once a month. We try to get a wicked guest again, otherwise you have to do it with the dynamic duo as us too, which is I don't think that's a problem for you all.
I don't think so.
Hopefully. Darren, have you got some things to say?
Yeah, I mean, today's going to be wicked like always. We've got a few people in different locations to normal, like I was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, if you could drop us an email on the KRT email address to let us know what your plans are for September, because as Wesley said, he is back to normal, but I in the UK am not. So there is the potential that we can still do training sessions. We just need to plan it a little bit smarter, because obviously Wesley's already going to be teaching at his dojo a few times a week, so it's not possible for him to do them days for sure. So we're planning on getting some communication to you maybe today, tomorrow or Monday with September's plan, and hopefully if you can get back to or get something to us as well, we'll be able to plan something our end to cater for you guys also, as well around Wesley's schedule. But yeah, apart from that, let's have a great session. Let's get started and enjoy.
That's cool. As we said a lot of times before, if you've got a question, please use the chat. If you've got something which isn't clear for you, please use the chat so we can focus on that. Today we will be doing short combinations. I will start, Darren will add, I will finish, then Darren will start, I will add, Darren will finish. So we will make sure every combination we do, everything we work on today will be focused on ending up with a knockout technique, and it'd be great if we can knock the person out. So enjoy. Let's start off with a little warm up. The weather in Holland isn't great, so I'm not sure what it's going to be like at your place. So enjoy. Welcome all. Let's start off with hands. Bring them into each other and twist. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, ju. Other side. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, ju. Push out and with the palms forward. So push out and make your back hollow. There we go. And ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, ju. And now you're going to bring your chest forward and push it out. And ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, ju. And shake loose. What we're going to do is we're going to use the shoulders, just the shoulders go forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, ju. Antai. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, ju. Left goes forward, right goes backwards. There we go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, ju. Hantai. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, ju. All right, there we go. Forward And let me just find some room. Backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Yeah. Forward, backwards is one count. We will do 10. Us. There we go. And ich, ye, sun, she, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, ju. All right, and try now just to warm up the arms a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make left, right, but really long strides. Us, and try to focus on just going out, and then we will focus on going in again. Us, but first, left, right is 1. Us, there we go. And ich, knee, sun, she, go, ruk, sish, ash, ku, yeah. Let me just show you guys. This is my normal. This is the normal length I will be standing. Us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stand even further away. So now at this time I really need to be exaggerating to hit the target. Us, because we're using a lot of length to really hit the target. So we do the same exercise, but really think about making them extremely long. Us, and I already have some long limbs. So for Darren and people with short limbs like Darren, think long. Us. Ich, knee, sun, long, she, go, look, fish, ash, good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now we think about going backwards. So it's over there. You're gonna bring it back and sweep it over. Bring it back and sweep it over. So bring it back. 1, 2. Yeah? It's just a movement to warm up the shoulders and really bring it back. Left hand 10 times, right hand 10 times. Us. There we go. And ich, knee, sun, she, go, ruk, sish, ash, ku, untie. Us. Bring the right hand out and ich, knee, sun, she, go, ruk, ish, ash, ku. All right. And forward. Ich, knee, sun, she, go, ruk, sish, ash, ku. Asia, backwards. Ich, knee, sun, she, go, ruk, sish, ash, ku, ju. Front and back. Ich, knee, sun, she, go, ruk, sish, ash, ku. Asia, hantai. Ich, knee, sun, she, go, ruk, sish, ash, ku, Aisha. All right, so arms are a little bit warm. Try to keep the focus when we go do combinations. Make sure you keep them long. Don't go short, because it will be even shorter when you work out. Us. Let's warm up the legs a little bit. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna make a squat, get them a washigiri. Squat, get them a washigiri. Right, left, right, left, right, left. We'll do 20. Us. Us. Pretty clear on this? And there we go. Ich, knee, sun, she, go, ruk, sish, ash, go, shia, ich, knee, sun, she, go, ruk, sish, ash, go, Yeah.
Yeah.
And shake loose. Okay, so we're gonna work a little bit on coordination. Us. So we're gonna be over here in a footed action position. Us. On my count, you either step forward, you step backwards, you step sideways, or you step sideways. Us.
Us.
You can choose left in front, right in front, I don't care. It's 20 counts, so you'll be standing over here, itch, and back. Knee, and back. Sun, and back. She, and back. Go, and back. Rook, and back, like this. Us. Every time you try to coordinate and be on a good position. Us. Because you can't be standing over here throwing techniques. Well, you can, but it's not efficient. So you want to be, when you throw a technique, you want to be in a good stance, but then bam, and go back again. Us, 20 times. Good. Show them some thumbs, show them some love. Wicked. That's it. All right, then. Come on, take. And then move around. Edge. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Go. Share. Itch. Me. She. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Go. Share. All right. Now, every time you go forward, or backwards, or sideways, you throw a technique with the back leg. Us, and it's just get a mawashigiri, but a loose one. Us. So, for instance, you stand here, itch, and back again. Knee, pop, back again. Us. Good. Okay. Us. Only 10. Us. Us. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Fish. Ash. Go. Last one. And now ready. So, last exercise we do, and again, it's about coordination. You do the same thing, but now you will kick with your front leg every time. Us. So not your back leg, but your front leg. Clear on this? Good. Come on, take. Yeah. And edge. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Go. Share. And so, what you will probably now do when you go forward and you can kick with your back leg, it's easier. Us. And when you go forward and you need to kick with your front leg, you have to adjust your body. Us. And that's what we're thinking about today. Adjusting your body to be in the right position to go for that knockout technique where we end. Us. So keep that in mind for the focus today. And then we will start off now, after you get a quick little drink, with the first combination. Us. Have a quick drink. Then we'll go over to the first combo. Us. Us. All right then, guys, are we clear? Good. So, first combination, what we're going to do is we will stand here, left leg in front. Also, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to step forward, and then bring my right leg in front. One to the side, and a Staski, followed up with a back leg low kick. Os. So I'm gonna adjust myself. I'm going forward side, Staski, and a low kick. Os. So when I'm standing here, I'm gonna go forward side, 1, 2. Os. Roll to the left, 10 on the right, and exercise. And then people, this might be a surprise, but then we will go over to Mr. Stringer in the UK. It's a
Push.
I know.
Shocker. Shocker.
All right then, are we ready?
Push.
Can I take? Yeah. Can I take? And there we go. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rub. Sish. Ash. Ooh. Last one. Ship.
Cheer.
Awate. Right leg in front.
Yeah.
Forward. Sideways. Staski. Low kick. Us. Or as we call Gidan Mawashigiri. Us. Kamaite.
Push.
And itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Look. Sish. Ash. Goose. Last one, people. Share. Good. Right. So, first exercise we will do. You will bring your hands forward, straight. Os. You can make a fist, or you can just leave it like this. Os. So when you go forward, start off with your right leg. 1, twist, come back. That's 1. Twist and back. That's 2. Os. We will do 16. 1, 6. 8. Os. Are we clear?
Push.
Okay. And itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Woo. Share.
Cheer.
Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. And rook.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Get yourself a quick drink. This exercise is about coordination as well. You can do this with like a medicine ball in your hands, or you can do this with resistance bands on your legs to make it even harder and to keep your coordination in a different place. Us, quick drink, over to Stringer.
Just keeping an eye on the weather because it looks like it's going to belt down with rain, and I got all my washing out, my gi and stuff.
Yeah. So when you run out, we know why.
Yeah. Well, hopefully someone else will pick it all up, but depends if they see it's raining, I suppose.
You never should.
Yeah. We'll see. At least my new roof will test if it rains. Okay, right. So we're in here, in our Staski low. That's where we built on from Wesley. So I'm going to add to that, and then Wesley's going to finish off, as we said, with a really something flamboyant. Let's face it, it's Wesley. Okay, right. So we're going to be in, step forward, out Staski, in. What we're going to do is we're going to skip back, Maigiri, then land with a Gyaku ski. So don't forget, Wesley's already taking us out to the side. 1, 2. Don't skip all the way back to the center line to kick the Maigiri. There's nothing wrong with you staying out here kicking off at the side and then in the position. In fact, it may even help what Wesley wants to do next because the angle creates confusion for the person. And this is what we're trying to do. Movement, create confusion, knock the person out, okay? So again, in 1, 2, 3, skip back, Maigiri, Gyaku ski, 10-10, exercise, then we're going back to Wesley for something fantastic to finish off with. Okay, we've all got this. Thumbs, I haven't got my lenses in today, so I can't quite see you all as good. Ready? Let's go. Go. Up. His legs. So, right leg forward. Step out. In. Adjust. Straight Yaku on me at the end. Okay? Forward. Out. Shitaski low. Keep the angle. Maigiri. Gyaku ski. Straight in at the end. Okay? Let's go. Ready? Edge. Sun. She. Go. Rock. Thinking about the exercise already. Okay. Right, let's go down for some exercises. So, we're going to use a little bit of this sideways movement that we've already started off on. Okay, so we're going to be just a little bit wider than the Furudachi. We're going to come across. As we take the weight on the left, we're going to push back so that we're pushing back quite dynamically. Normally we do these kind of things where we're going to be going here, 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. Today, what we're looking to do is take the weight and then push off. Take the weight, push off. Okay, so actually drive yourself back nice and quickly so your foot is coming off the ground a little bit, and then you need to stabilize yourself as you're pushing yourself back. Okay, just 10. Okay, 10 drink, and then we're over to Wesley. Ready? Edge. She. Hand. She. Go. Up. Edge. Edge. Good. She. So for good drink, back over to Wesley to finish off the combination. Something great.
Quick little drink, guys. Don't forget to rehydrate yourself. So, 2 different endings, guys. On 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, one technique. On 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, the other technique. So, we just keep over here. You stand over here with the left leg in front. You step forward across, Start there, switch, Margiri, backhand. That's where we ended. Os. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. You will follow this up with a knee straight to the chin. Os. Because you punch your opponent down 1, 2, you can really jump in the knee straight to the face. Os. So one more time. You're going to be over here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Os. Usually with a heavy bag, it works a little bit different because when I punch a heavy bag, it will go backwards. But you see, the front will come up straight. Os. So this is what happens. Chin opens up, knee under there. Os. On 2 for 6, 8, and 10, it's going to be step out, 1, 2, switch, Margiri, 1, front leg, Jordan Washigiri. Os. So, one more time for you guys over here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jordan Washigiri out of the front leg. Os. Are we clear on this? 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, Wizagiri. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, Jordan Washigiri. Got it. There we go. Come my take.
Sure.
Knee. Sun. She. Go. Ruckle. Sish. Ash. Are we Q? Q. Q. Last one, people. Yeah. Yeah. Mawate. Other side. Right leg in front. Os. Let me go one slowly. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Os. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Os. Clear? There we go. Come on, take. And H. Niche. Sun. She. Go. Ruckle. Sish. Ash. Cool. Last one, people. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Exercise. Stomach. Us. So, we're gonna do the jam pumps. Us. 30. Us. 20. Fast. The last 10 will be a little bit different. Us. Are we clear on this? Come my day. And itch, knee, sun, chi, go, ruck, itch, ash, go, itch, knee, sun, chi, go, ruck, itch, ash, go, So the last 10 will be out in 5 seconds, in, straight away. 5 seconds, in, straight away. That's the first 5. The last 5 will be quickly out, 5 seconds in. Quickly out, 5 seconds in. Yes? There we go. And ich, ni, san, shi, go. 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 Last one. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Now quick out, slow in. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, shi. Last one. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. All right. Quick little drink. New combination by Super Stringer. Us. Good work, guys.
Everyone okay so far? Boom, boom, boom. Good, good. Good, good. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go out, back, and then hit the back leg of the person. Okay, if you're orthodox, like many people are, left to left, we're going to go out a little bit. 1, 2. We pull this in. We rotate the hip nicely to really make sure that we can come around cleanly on that back leg. The trouble is if you go like this, 1, 2, you're already at maximum distance on that last kick. And you don't get very much value for the punch on your right hand, okay? So really it's only the left hand that you're getting most of your buck for, okay? Make sure that as we're coming through here, we rotate through. Then from here, we've got a nice rotation, not only to create power, but to also reach for that back leg, rather than you going 1, 2, and in this position, okay? So that's how we're going to start the combination off. 10 on the left, change, 10 on the right, exercise over to Super Wesley, or Wonder Wes rather, should we say, who's going to add to that after it. Okay, so in 1, 2, and then really hammer that back leg. Okay, let's go. Ready? Yep. In position. And change legs. Same thing. Out to the right. 1, 2, rotate. Hit through. Nice long technique. Back leg. Ready? Let's go. Good. Okay, down we go. 4, not quite push-ups, but similar to push-ups. Okay, so we're going to get a push-up position, and we're going to work on this rotation. Yeah, that we've just been hopefully building off a minute ago. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take the right arm, we're going to stretch through, up and round, through, up and round. 10 on the right, 10 on the left, little drink, then we're going over to Wesley to go back to the combination. Okay, let's go. Ready? Right hand off the ground. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rip, ish, ach, good, H. E. One. Go. Rep. H. H. Okay, good drink. Then we're going over to Wesley to add to that.
Us.
Nice.
Ja, Moppie. Straks weer, ja.
Wow, die komt er.
Everybody still good? Cool. So, left leg in front. Step out. Left, right, outside low kick. Us. Us. So we're gonna add to that 1, 2, outside low kick. Put it in front. Hook. Knee to the body. Us. So I'm going to be 1, 2, the hook to the floating rib, so to the outside. This is a hook to just annoy your opponent. A very long, maybe even a bit scrappy hook, so you can bring in the knee straight through the middle. Us. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Us. Are we clear on this?
Us.
10 on the left, 10 on the right. Then we'll go over to super stringer for el finish. Us.
Us.
Like that.
Here.
And itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rub. Sit. Ash. Go. Shish. Aisha. Holiday. So a little trick about this is when you do this with your opponent. Let's go right leg in front. A little trick about this is step out, 1, 2, hit the low kick. When you go in, kind of push them forward so you can bring them in. Don't go 1, 2, 3 long and step away, then you don't have the space. This time slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of push them in and then hit just a half a second after with the knee. Us. Us. And count. Come on, take. Us. And itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Fish. Ash. Goose. Yes. And yeah. Good. Right then. Exercise. What we're going to do is we're gonna stand over here on the balls of our feet. Us on the balls of our feet. So use are off the floor. Us. What you're gonna do, we'll do 5 on the right leg, 5 on the left leg. Just stand over here on the count and forward. Dribble. Same. 1. Us. 5 on the right leg, 5 on the left leg. Us. Right leg. Come on, take. And itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. All right, other side. Yi. Sun. She. Laatste, zeg maar. Go. Aisha. Quick little drink. Over to Super Saturday for the finish. Zeker. Straks als Uncle Darren weer gaat, dan gaan we even stil zijn, hè?
Papa. Heb jij water en stap?
Ja.
All good so far? Good, excellente. Right, so we're just adding to that, obviously, and we're going to have a little finisher on that to hopefully knock the person out. Actually, it's funny because I use that that push and hit a lot myself. So it's funny how Wesley uses it as well. We really are similar in a lot of ways. Okay, ready? So we're starting off there. 1, 2, hit, pull, knee. That's where we left off, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly hit with a Stasky straight through the middle where we've just hit. Now again, the same thing with Wesley. It doesn't need to be a dropping sensational punch because we've already done the knee. We've pulled them in, we've hit. We're going to hit really quickly. And again, like with Wesley, it's not going to be a conventional pullback in the technique. What I'm looking for is a little bit of space. Just a little bit. I'm very short in my legs, so I don't need as much space as someone that Wesley does. So that's what we're going to try and capitalize on here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to push this through, and as we push through, we're going to roll through with the Mawashi Jordan. Now, when I say roll through, I don't mean a roll Mawashi. I mean that the hip is going to continue on the same line when we start the punch, okay? So, we're there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? All understand this?
One more time, Darren, please.
As we hit, straight down and look to push this person. So we just get that little bit of this happening after we've kneed them.
Awesome.
This will happen from the knee.
Can you please show it one more time? Slowly.
So there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, push, and then round. Okay? So the last 3 techniques will be right, right, right. Okay? All good?
All good.
Just create that little bit of space to be able to get this knee through for the Mawashi Geri Jordan. This has happened on the knee. This will happen on the punch, giving us space for the kick. Okay? All good? 10 on the right. 10 on the left leg forward, right leg kick, sorry. 10 on the right, left leg kick. Okay, ready? Let's go! Hey! Last one. Good, good. Other leg forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 5, 6, 7. All good? Excellent. Okay, that bacon baguette a little bit too close to the training. Woo. Ready, let's go. Go. Last one. Okay, down we go. Some push-ups again.
Nice.
Okay. So, what we're looking to do is we're going to try and be a little bit uneven in the way that we push up. Normally, well, I say normally we try to push up with both arms of equal weight, and then eventually after you do a few, probably your stronger arm starts taking a little bit more of the weight. Today what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and focus 5 on the left and then 5 on the right. Okay. Now what the left hand or the non-pushing hand has to do effectively is hold a position for a lot longer. And by hold a position, I mean it needs to be here. Okay, because what we're going to do is effectively this one's going to be bent, this one's going to be straight. We're going to come through, up, through, up. So we're trying to isolate this arm as being still in a position. It won't be locked completely, I appreciate that, because it's something we're not all used to. But then this arm is predominantly doing most of the pushing, and this one is like a stabilizer. You understand? Okay, so we're going to do 5 on the right, 5 on the left, and then we're going to do 5 full ones to finish off with. Okay, 5 on the right, 5 on the left, and then 5 equal to finish. Okay, done? All good? Excellente. Let's go. Body straight. Bend the left. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Bend the right. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Straight. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Get yourself a quick drink. Over to Wes for a brand new combination. Awesome. Well done, guys. Keep it going. Doing very good. Hopefully everyone's okay as well. Good. See a couple of thumbs. That's always a good thing.
At first, it was pretty cold inside the dojo because of the shitty weather. Now, it's pretty freaking warm.
Really toasty. Yeah. And you got the door open still as well.
Mm.
No.
No, I closed it. During start of the session already, is the lights now on?
Yeah. But you've kind of got the ventilation in the top of the roof though as well, haven't you? So
Yeah, those over here.
Yeah.
Full length. And on the other side as well.
There are 2 stinky people inside.
One. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right then. So we're gonna start off a little bit in a closer range. Not something I particularly like to be in. What I know is this is not the favorite situation Darren would like to be in. He would like to get in close, throw in techniques, get out of the way again. I myself love to be far away and use those long sticks of hands they call. but both of us are not very easy in this way of fighting. This is not our favorite part. It's gonna happen a lot, so we're gonna have to work on some of these things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step out of the way, step in, and use the same arm again. So I'm gonna break away, 1, 2. Liver, and then obliques. So I'm gonna be standing over here, liver, oblique. In this position, I would like to just bring in a short knee. So I'm gonna be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then from there on, Darren will take over, and then I can take over from there again. Because we need to think about what we're going to do. So one more time, slowly. 1, 2, 3. Close this. Think about Sanshin Dachi, maybe Kokutsu Dachi. We've covered this. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Come on, take. Sun. Go. Rook. Fish. Ash. Good. Aisha. And as you see, you 1, 2. 1, 2. Go in. 1, 2. And follow up with the knee. Okay. And knee. Sun. She. Go. Rock. Fish. Ash. Push. Aisha.
Yeah.
Good. Exercise. So, we've done this exercise before as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to drop to the floor. 1, drop to the floor. 2. 20 on each side. Sorry. 10 on each side. 20 in total. Alternate. Let's go. And knee, sun, she, go, rook, fish, ash, go, Aisha, knee, sun, she, go, rook, fish, ash, go, Aisha. Quick little drink. Over to Super Stringer. Kijk je. Kijk je. Gaat goed?
Okay, so whilst you're all finishing off your drink, I'll start with the combination. And Wes is exactly right. Even mine or Wesley's favourite place is being stuck on the inside. I don't mind it. I was maybe more in my latter career because I was a bit stronger, a little bit less, but my much preferred is, as Wesley says, to come in and out. However, when we are in, we like to be able to create space once we're in there. So we're going to be in there, 1, 2, knee, and then we're going to quickly cut the inside leg. So we're going to take some space away from the other person or the ability to carry on coming forward. And that's what gives us this little bit of a gap between where they want to be to where we're caught up in to where we can now move to. And it's important you have these structures and strategies in place. You've got a couple of really good foolproof techniques that are going to get you out of trouble in certain situations. As Wesley says, he's got very, very long legs. So for him being in quite close for someone maybe my height, it's not his preferential place because he doesn't have the length on his arms that he's used to hitting. I've got a little bit shorter arms, but it doesn't mean that it's my favourite place to be. So as we're coming in, 1, 2, 3, we're going to step this leg back, making sure that then, as Wesley said, we're taking the weight into the Kotsudachi, and then we're going to cut out that inside leg. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to buy us some space and some time of that person pressurizing us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then Wesley's going to be able to build on this because now we've given him a little bit more space with his long limbs. Okay, all good with this? Boom! 10 on the left, 10 on the right, exercise, and then we're going to go for a fantastic finish. Okay, ready? Let's go. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember what we said a couple of weeks ago now, when we were doing all the stances, moving back and forward. I was more of a forward one, Wesley was more neutral, and you got other fighters that are a little bit more further back. Now is when you get to appreciate forward, back, in. The different positions that we have to move our body through to be effective in certain positions. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Ready? Let's go. We're going to take that backward leaning position and we're going to use it in a squat now. Okay? So I need you to have a wall or something like that. Okay? And what we're looking, let's see if I can do it from here. What we're looking to do is we're going to be on the balls of our feet, not on the heels. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult. We're going to run down here, and then we're going to try and push up with the balls of our feet, not on the heels, like traditional weightlifting would be, for example. Because, why? We're fighters. We can't afford to be here throwing techniques. So if we are coming onto this back leg, sitting into a Kokotsudachi, we need to be able to push from the ball of the foot down here to generate that technique going forward. Okay, so we've only got 10 to do. Try and get a sturdy structure. The bag from the side isn't the best because it's going to move, because you're really going to have to push back and up when you're rolling back up that wall. Okay, just 10. Okay, right, out in front a little bit. Kokotsudachi position, so 1 to 2 fingers off the ground with the heels. Ready, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, ish, ich, hit, sha. Let's have a quick drink. Wesley's going to finish this off nicely, I'm sure.
Hopefully I can.
No diggity.
I can do work with the pressure I just got.
Under pressure.
Right. So on 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. we end up using the right Maigiri straight to the face, but not after the inside low kick. You gotta make some room for yourself. You don't go straight, but you kind of fake. If you're doing a Mawashi or maybe a Soto Kiyage, one straight to the face. Because this will happen to your opponent. He or she will probably think, oh, there might be coming something over here. And this means the face will be open from the side. And yes, this is mostly theoretical, but we have seen this happening. And I myself have been able to use this technique during a fight as well. Because people do think when they fight me or when they fought me and now when they spar me, they think, ooh, let's keep the hands up high because we're going to get a kick in on the face. Yes, this probably happen. This might be, but I will do it on the side where you won't think of it's gonna happen. Trying to make it a surprise. So one more time, we'll be here, out, in. Hizagiri, 1, pen, Maigiri. On the 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, it's just a Shiro Mawashigiri. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip away the Shiro Mawashigiri. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, Maigiri. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, Shiro Mawashigiri. Jordan. Are we clear on this? Good. All right then. And I'm looking at the time, and this is probably the last combination already. I wasn't thinking of it going to be that quickly. So, well, enjoy while it lasts. Am I fit? Yeah. Knee. Done. Go. Roku. Fish. Ash. Ooh. Last one, people. Yeah. Yeah. Isha. Mawate. Other side. Kamade. And ish. Knees. Sun. Sheesh. Go. Rook. Shish. Ash. Push. Last one. Shish. Shit. Wow. And exercise. One moment, please. Again, I need to figure out something for this. Okay, so last exercise. What we will do. Fucking annoying. Last exercise. Again, stomach exercise. So, what we're gonna do, we keep them ahead. We do 4 Russian twists, then go flat on the floor and up again. When you go flat on the floor, arms all the way back, feet all the way forward. We will do 10. Are we clear? Right there. And itch. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's itch. Knee. 1, 2, 3. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Fish. Ash. Ooh. Shia. Isha. Stand up. Get yourself a quick little drink. And then we probably go over for some stretching. Right, Stringer?
Yes, I think that is good. Okay, Damon, no worries. Enjoy Italy.
Take
Thanks
care,
for dropping by,
Damon.
my friend.
Thanks for being here in your holiday. Much love. Us.
Yes. Big us.
If people think of some questions, maybe right now, to me and Darren about what we worked on, feel free to ask them to us, because we would love to give you some other insights on being, build up and knockout. As you see, Darren and myself, we haven't been discussing anything on the combinations today. We just said, so this is what we will work on today. And then you can see you always depend on what your opponent will do or on what position you are before you can go for that knockout technique. It's very important to be versatile doing this.
Yes, you can always make something happen, but it's important that you make it happen because the person definitely isn't going to give it to you. That's 100%. But as long as you're in a good position, you throw good techniques, good from a great position, you can always adjust into other positions, adapt, and then throw a variety of techniques. So yes, some are more difficult than others, but it's always possible. And likewise, I mean, if you've got any questions at all, I mean, I know normally you've got a special guest on Saturdays and you like to ask some questions, and we don't normally say that you can ask us questions like that, but the options are always there. Okay, don't just think it's just for the special guest. You can ask us anything, anytime. Okay, so let's have a little stretch, and then we've got maybe a little bit of time if anyone's got any questions. Cool, excellent. Right, let's go down on the floor. I like this one a lot. We've done it a fair few times. So we're going to be in this L shape, the leg behind. Okay, and we're going to be trying to make sure we focus on this hip, staying relatively square. Try not to lean too much to the side because we're going to lose a stretch in this ham, this buttock, and obviously in this groin as well. Okay, so let's go. So we're going to stay up nice and straight to start off with. Itch. And stretch forward, itch. Try to relax. Stretching's hard enough as it is. If you're all tense, it's even more difficult. Try to relax. Try being the word. Coming up, left hand on the left foot, right hand on the right leg, and twist back and through. Relax, back down to the front again. Itch. Try and stay fairly square, not one shoulder up, one shoulder down. Try and keep them both ideally flat against the ground, but I don't think any of us are that tall or that good.
Oh, sweating extremely.
Yeah, I'm belting off me now.
By the way, guys, think about it. It's Hanshi's 86th birthday.
I was going to say this at the end. 86. And look how great condition he's in, really.
It's all because of training, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And come up. Right hand on the left knee and twist over. Yeah, I mean, he's in really good nick. When you think about it, he's had a knee operation and that's really about it.
Yeah.
I mean, loads of other people, they've had like elbows, knees, ankles, hips. Crikey, the injuries some people have had are crazy. But
I had more operations on my on my limbs than he had. And I'm only 30.
yeah, true, right? And one more time, we're going to stretch forward this time as we come down to the front.
And I can't say I've been training harder than him because that's not true.
And relax. Let's change the legs. Our leg in front, so the right leg in front. Try and get this beautiful L shape. Yeah, I mean, and when you think about it, you know, all these people are saying, oh, you know, starting a little bit later on in life, yada, yada, yada. Hanshi only really started Kyokushin karate in his late 20s, like when he went to Japan, you know, and he was there for what, 3 or 4 years, something like that. Yeah. Yes, he did some stuff before that. You know, he was training some Chinese Kempo or something like that. He did some judo. He was in a couple of wars as well. But okay, let's stretch down to the front. Yeah, I mean, just because you don't start at like 8 or 10 years old, clearly doesn't mean you can't be successful. Because
living proof.
That man did some incredible things that no one else has ever done, or no one else had ever done at the time. Determination and desire. It's also she and Felix's birthday today as well. Up we come.
Yeah.
And Hayley Rowland's as well, actually. So,
yeah. Felix, so thanks for the reminder.
So it's cool. So right hand on the right foot, left hand on the left leg, and twist to the back. Yes. So we've got a few people in the BKK all with their birthday on at the same day.
Hey.
Bijna.
And back to the front and stretch down again.
Os. Ga je meedoen met stretchen?
Nee.
Ga je even oesje op de bokzak?
Nee.
Oh. Niet duwen in de bokzak. Dat weet ik niet.
Ja, ik stop hem.
Goed zo.
Eeuw, stinkvoet.
Stinkvoet. Eeuw, stinkel.
Left hand on the right knee and twist over the right shoulder. And stretch forward this time as we're up.
Go, 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 go. Yeah.
Relax. Just come up. Just shake them hip off a little bit. Relax the hamstrings. Back. Okay. So, I'm going to be like on all fours. So around the back off and then arch through. So like scaredy cat and brave cat, I think are the two analogies I think people use. So the first one, try and round the back, really up, get it in. And the second one, try and really arch through, get a bit of a curve on. Okay, so start off nice and flat. So we're going up first. 3 inch. And knee through and try and arch. I don't bend much this way, but I am trying. Arch through. Knee and back.
That's one question for us, Darren.
Excellent. Ish. And the last one on this, knee. Relax. Okay, so we're just gonna, last one, just gonna be leaning back through here and pushing up from the hips, trying to push up, really stretch through here and maybe a little bit of the thighs as well. Okay? So there, pretty up, itch. For me at least, also stretches my shoulders. Knee, relax. Itch. Knee, relax. 3 more. Itch. Knee. 2 more. Itch. Knee and una más. Ish. Knee. Okay. Just relax. Okay. Super Saturdays. Done. Awesome session. Really enjoyed it. Hopefully it gave you some great insight that, you know, it doesn't matter. Me and Wesley, as we said, we don't generally plan much that goes on in the session because we like to see how people react to things. We like to see how potentially our guest reacts to things, what they do, etc. And it's all on the spur of the moment stuff today, especially. So whatever I'm giving Wesley as a lead off, he has to think really quickly about what he's doing next, how he can make that work, and vice versa. I start off the combination with thinking, well, if I do this, maybe Wesley will do this, and then I'll get to do that. But then if Wesley does something completely different, I've then got to adapt. And that's the exact same environment to what happens in a fight on a much quicker scale, of course, in a fight, because we've got 10 on the left, 10 on the right, to maybe think about it if you could multitask and do those things, but not everybody is able to do that. I appreciate that. They're concentrating on the here and now. But in the fight, stuff happens very quickly, and what you expect a person to do in a fight isn't always reality of what happens. Doesn't mean that you can't change that. You know, as Wesley said, you know, he was skipping back on the last combination, doing a Maigiri Jordan, skipping back. Maybe the person's covered up like this, and then all of a sudden he's got that minute second to react to then change it into the Ishiro Mawashi. But it is possible. You just need to make sure that all the time you are adopting good position, good techniques and good stances, and you will always create and give yourself opportunities that way. Well done, super stuff today. Anything to say before we go to the questions, Wesley?
No, just an amazing session again. Fantastic to see that still people at the 29th of August still make the time to be here with us, even if we don't have like a super guest. So that's a big compliment for us. Thanks again for this, and I think we can. There's 3 good questions over here, which I'd love to answer. That's some brilliant things. So let me start off the question by Gabor. At what age did you both start training? I started off training Kyokushin karate when I was 4 years of age. So I was young, very young.
Very young.
Now 30. I'm now 30. So I'm doing this.
Yeah. I started a little bit later because in the UK we could only start when we was 8. So I actually started at 8, and I started down at Crystal Palace. I was born and grew up in South London. So I also did a little bit of judo, maybe a year and a half after that at Crystal Palace as well, and carried on that till I was about 14. I think, Wes, you did you do Kyokushin and kickboxing all at the same time at 4 years old?
Yeah. I started off karate at 4 years, and then I started off kickboxing at 5. Funny thing is, I wanted to do ice skating, so I wasn't even on doing karate. And then there was like when I was 8 or 9, I did a course of diving into from like a high board, dive into there, and then. But that was just for fun. I just wanted to try it. So yeah, apparently I was pretty good at it. And then they said to me, "Yeah, you need to go to the high level and then jump with a salto, jump off it." And I was like, "No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go back to karate now."
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'll just stick to the low ball and go.
Yeah, I didn't fancy doing it. So most of my life have been fighting.
Me too.
All right. Then there is a question from Chris Nicholson, and I'm going to give this one first to Darren, and then I will give you some extras, maybe.
If your leg strength is limited, are there other ways to develop Jordan kicks? Yes, there is, because you need to look at people that weren't necessarily the most flexible people in the world that was still able to kick people in the head. Glenn Sharp being a prime example. The guy was pretty limited. I think Peter Schmidt wasn't the loosest person in the world either, was he?
No, definitely not.
What they see, whereas, and this is probably a good example of myself and Wesley as well, to be fair, because I am a lot more static, flexible than Wesley. Wesley is more active flexibility, where he's kicking and he's able to do kicks quite nicely with no limitations, really. But even though I'm probably the more flexible one, Wesley, when he does, and I was thinking about this earlier on, actually, it's really funny that you asked this question, because Wesley, when he does most of his Mawashi-geris, they come more around than mine when we're fighting. Wesley is not quite a Brazilian Mawashi that he does, but it's got much more of a rotation. It's probably because he's got a much longer femur than me as well. So he's able to manipulate that kick and go over the person's guard a little bit better, whereas I've got a low femur. My leg comes more of a plain rotation. Not that I can't do it, it's just because the length of my leg is very limited. So Chris, what you need to start working on is realize where your stiffness arrives, because if it's at the end part where you're trying to rotate that morsey round, potentially like Wes is able to do, then just don't do the rotation. All you're looking to do is come up on more of an angular approach. And there was a fantastic knockout one year by Glenn Sharp, and literally when he hit the guy, boom, boom, and he just literally came up this way, bang, and just knocked the guy clean out. It was incredible. It's not the prettiest moshigiri. It's not the conventional moshigiri that we're taught and we're graded upon. No. But does it do the job? Yes. You can still kick people in the head. And this arguably is a much more direct route than coming all the way up here. It's nice if you can do it, don't get me wrong. But in terms of which one's going to be faster, this one will be faster and this one may catch more people out. And it's just knowing where your strengths and weaknesses lie in those kind of kicks. I would suggest, first of all, you need to start thinking about two things: your hamstring and your lower back, and their and the gap in between there, which obviously is your buttock. A lot of people ignore those elements because they're thinking, my hips aren't very flexible, I can't do the box splits, etc. It's not about that. If you loosen off the hamstring, loosen off the lower back and your buttock, you'll probably start seeing a lot more benefits in your kicking anyway. And it's maybe that you just haven't addressed loosening up them areas, even if you can't do the box splits. I think hopefully that helps anyway.
Yeah, a lot of what Darren said has covered what I always try to focus on. There's one more element which always helped me out because indeed, as Darren said, I'm not the most flexible. I'm flexible, don't get me wrong, but I'm not the most flexible person with my long legs. So a lot of the movements are within the hips. So if you got some loose hips, then that will make it easier for you to do the rotations and stuff, and then to manipulate the kick. Also a very effective way, if you maybe people are not a big fan of him, but Billy Blanks, he used to do point fighting before he did the whole Taibo thing. And in the beginnings of his Taibo basic sessions, he explains how to kick from like even if you're stiff, you can really use the body, manipulate the hips to then follow up with the rest of the leg. And then those kind of things will probably help you out if you are not as flexible, or maybe need some extra tips and tricks for that. So that's something you can definitely look at, Chris. So hopefully this will help. Then there's two more questions. Let me go first to the question. I think Missy and is contact kicks. So I see Missy sitting there. A funny question. Sensei West, we are wondering who started first training in Kyokushin, yourself or Sensei Conchita. We think it's pretty awesome that you train together. It is awesome, very cool. But I started off first. I started off training when I was 4, and my mom started off training when she was 33. So she had been sitting there for years and years and years, seeing what I do, and then at that the menopause time, no, that's a joke. She was like, I'm gonna start this as well, and well, obviously the result is over here. A third dan. She's competed in British Opens, Dutch national championships and stuff like that. So just as Hanshi, starting off at the younger age, and still really made some amazing things within Kyokushin. So that's pretty cool. Then
Jay's asked a question a little bit before.
Yeah. I was gonna go there because we can answer this together as well. There is a question by Jay, and let me find it properly because the computer goes. Sensei's, how much did you pre-plan tactics before competing? Had you decided what you were going to use before stepping on the mat or during the fight? Well, this is a very interesting question, because I really love these kind of questions, because this is what I would like to focus on most of the time when we are training. Yes, you can do a lot of sparring. Yes, you can do a lot of heavy back. Yes, you can do a lot of everything, running, push-ups, stuff like that. But you have to know what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, and bring them as close together as possible. The strengths need to be even better. The weaknesses need to be even better. So a lot of my training sessions when I was fighting, but also when I'm teaching my own fighters and the Dutch squad fighters, is about the tactics. So what can we do from a close distance? What can we do from a long distance? What can we do from side to side? What can we do when someone's a lot stronger? What can we do when someone's maybe a lot less strong than you are? And this is what happens in training. If I look at my preparation, it was always between 12 and 16 weeks before a big tournament, and then from week so if it's 16 weeks, I did 4 weeks of like fully preparation. So a good basic condition, a good stamina, some sparring, fitness and stuff like that. And then from week 12 till week 4, so that's 6 weeks, were loads and loads and loads of sparring, but sparring with tactics, sparring with handicaps. So for instance, I've got a dead left leg. I can't use it anymore. What to do right now? How can I work with this? So in those times, I always did pre-tactics. And then obviously, and this is a very cool thing as well, Darren coached me on not the last British, but in a few tournaments as well. And then obviously you talk about a little bit of tactics when you see your opponent. We see who I was going to fight in the next round. We were talking about, all right, so he's leaning on his back leg a lot. Make sure you catch him on there. The right hand is a little bit low. Make sure you surprise him into bringing the right hand low, and then catch him with one of those knockout kicks. And that's how we did it before stepping on the mat. But obviously you had loads of time beforehand on training those stuff, so you can use it at a tournament. So I hope this answers your question, and I'm going to give it to Darren, because he's got something to tell about this as well.
Yeah, I mean, Wesley's almost exact the same. I used to really think and concentrate a lot when I was doing techniques as well. So much so that I didn't need to think about when I was doing them. Eventually, you know, I was always, when I was working on a bag, even when you're working on a bag like this, you know, you need to visualize the person, visualize how they respond to a certain thing, and then adapt the way that you throw the technique. And I think that mind sharp element really played well for me, because I was able to adapt and then, you know, transition from one position to another very, very quickly and very, very effectively, because I was always thinking whilst I was training, bang, bang, he's doing this, boom, boom, he's going to do that, boom, boom. And then I did a lot of, my prep time was almost identical to Wesley's as well. 12 to 16 weeks was the general. 12 weeks would be like for maybe your kind of standard tournament, and 16 weeks would be like Worlds, Europeans, or the British Open, kind of really, really elite high-level tournaments that you had to train longer for. I did 4 weeks of power training, 3 to 4 weeks of power training, then eight or so weeks of endurance, and then the last couple of weeks I do a lot of short, sharp, intense rounds. And in them short, sharp, intense rounds is when your focus has to be like 100%, because you're operating on such high speed with such minimal rest that your oxygen in your body is low, your thought process can be low, and then that's when that kind of reciprocates into when you fight. In my endurance training, I was always focused on doing exactly the same, almost as best I could, perfect position, perfect technique to this specific area, because it's all good having beautiful tactics and wonderful fighting styles, but if you can't hit the person in the right place at the right time, you know, and you're just kind of scatterbraining all over the place, it's no good. So I was always really focused on when I was training about hitting in the right spot, making sure my body was in the right position, so that all of that muscle memory effectively became, as it says, muscle memory, and you didn't have to think about too much there, and all you had to think about was all the other things that were going on. Like Wesley was saying, your coach behind you, he's really the one that's going to tell you a large portion of things that you can't see here. You know, and me being behind Wesley, for example, I can say, okay, Wes, his back legs, you know, is straight here. And then because Wesley's caught up in X, Y, and Z, he doesn't necessarily see A, B, and C. So it's really important that you get someone that you can trust really with your development on that mat time, because you can't do everything yourself. You're caught up in so many variables that's happening there. You're getting a beat down. Maybe you've got a slight injury yourself. Maybe it's your third fight and you're a little bit tired in the day or whatever. So in terms of sparring, I always used to try to spar really technically. So I wasn't interested in duffing people up when I was sparring. It meant nothing to me. What did mean a lot to me was catch people out, you know, not necessarily dropping them, because if you keep dropping people all the time you're sparring, and, you know, for argument's sake, your level's up here and someone else's level is all the way down here, really and truly, what do you get by just showing that you're a better or a stronger fighter up here and beating everyone up down here? They never come back to spar you again, and then what do? You don't spar, which is what I found. Not that I was beating people up, but very, very early years, I didn't have many people to A, train with, or B, to spar with. So all that mental aspect when I was training, focusing on how I was doing this, how I was doing that, was really important. But then when I did get to spar, it enables you to try things. And this is the really important thing about when you're sparring. Wesley's just said it about tactics. You know, he's pretended that he's got a dead leg. His leg's perfectly fine. But if you don't imagine these things, if you don't visualize these things, then you're probably never going to succeed at them anyway. So I hope that helps you out a lot. Obviously, we were both very technical, and that only comes with a great thought process anyway. More often than not, the people that are really brutal and strong, they don't necessarily have the great technical acumens that go in. So they supplement the technical aspect with the raw power and the fitness and the strength and the endurance that they've got. And sometimes those fights make for very, very interesting fights when you've got someone really strong and maybe someone not so strong but very technical. They make really interesting fights. And sometimes styles make fights, not necessarily people. You know, me and Wesley could fight tomorrow. It could be the most boring fight in the world because we both like this distance. Who knows? I'm sure it wouldn't be, but it could be. So hopefully that answers your question, Jay. A bit long-winded from both, but hopefully.
Right then, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot for today. I need to go because I have an appointment in 20 minutes. So it will thanks a lot. Well done, everyone. And I think there is a technical Tuesday this week, at least a technical Tuesday. And we will keep you posted about the rest of the trainings this week. I won't be there on Thursday because of squad session. So, we just keep in touch with each other. Please, guys, as we said before, let us know on the KRT email if you guys are going to be there, because we definitely won't mind doing a session with you, but we would like to have some people in there to do the session.
Yes.
So please let us know when you guys are interested in doing the session. And thanks again. It was amazing.
Absolutely. Well done, guys. Top effort, and love you guys for joining us every single week. Well done. Keep it going, and drop us an email, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Long weekend in UK. Bank holiday Monday. Enjoy.
Awesome.
And you can come to Holland.
Well, he's in quarantine then, so that's.
Yeah, Holland's back on the old queue list, isn't it? So
annoying, isn't it?
yeah, I can't just drop over there and drop back now. I'm in quarantine at the moment anyway because I've just come back from Spain.
Yeah, no.
So I've got another week on that. Then I could come to Holland and be another 2 weeks in quarantine. Yay!